everybody, it's Spicey Kai. Today I want to talk to you about the California College Promise. It allows state residents to go to community colleges tuition free for up to 2 years. Check it out. But before we get started, please go ahead and thumbs up this video and make sure you share it so we can get the word out about the free college tuition in the state of California. And if you're new to my channel, make sure to press that subscribe button and go ahead and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video about that Cali life.
Now, I just want to talk right now to low-income black people. I just want to say this to you. It is not your fault that you were born into that situation. You might have been born into a single parent home living in the inner city. But it is your problem now that if you are an adult now, you don't have to remain in that situation. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't your fault that you were born into it, but if you remain into it in that situation, and then you're running around here angry, and you're angry at the wrong people. You know, instead of all that anger you have for white America, white supremacy, and all this thing, let that go and then work on yourself. Let that go. That's not going to do you any good to be angry at all these people who have nothing to do with your situation, even though that's what you're being told. I want you to go to school and do something with your lives. You could become millionaires.
Free college tuition in California. It's a headline that's sure to grab your attention. And while some students will benefit from the California College Promise program, you should know not everyone will qualify. The Promise program offers 2 years of free tuition for first-time, full-time students in California who attend community college and are California residents or qualify under AB 540. You should also know community colleges have the option on whether to waive enrollment fees, so not every college offers the 2 years of free tuition. One more thing, it can be confusing, but in addition to the California College Promise program, there's also the California College Promise Grant. They sound similar and both help pay for college, but do different things.
We are here at California Community Colleges asking students if they know what the BOG fee waiver stands for.
Stands for like...
Better off Gucci?
What?
Bag of grapes?
Beards on goldfish?
Book of gold, maybe. Is this a trick question? Bowl of gummies or something like that? Is it somebody's name? Some guy named Bug?
Band of gorillas?
Barack Obama. Government. Board of Governors. Board of Governors. Board of Governors fee waivers. California
College
Promise Grant. California College Promise Grant.
Hey, California College Promise Grant. I have no clue. I don't know. Something having to do with class money or something, I think.
California College Promise Grant is a statewide commitment to help Californians pursue their higher education goals by waiving tuition fees.
Books.
Books.
For rent, food, gas money.
A car.
Which is
very needed.
In addition, many of our local community colleges offer their own Promise partnerships to help also pay for books, supplies, and other expenses. And many local Promise programs even cover tuition fees if you don't qualify for the California College Promise Grant. Check with your financial aid office to see what's available and get assistance on completing your application.
Why not take advantage of what's given to you?
I'm going to go online to ICanAffordCollege.com.
For more information and to apply, visit ICanAffordCollege.com.
The governor spoke to dozens of ELAC students and staff, and he talked mainly about this 2-year free tuition plan. It allows first-time and full-time students, including those who qualify under AB 540, to get their tuition covered for the first 2 years of community college. The plan has a second year of free tuition to the first year that became free last school year. To qualify, it has to be a student's first time going to community college, and they have to be enrolled full-time, at least 12 units each semester. There's also no income requirement, so you have to have been living in California. You have to have a high school diploma or something equivalent, but no income requirement. Now, one of the biggest things that school officials here tell me is they want to stress to potential students, you don't have to be fresh out of high school to qualify for the 2 years of free tuition. You just have to be a first-time student, period.
And what I'm realizing is, obviously, the information is not getting to the people that actually need it.
I'm going to tell you that ELAC tells me right now about 4,000 students here on campus qualify for 2 years of free tuition, but that only half of them actually take advantage of the program, so they definitely want to keep getting the word out.
Can you tell us about the expansion of the San Diego Promise program, which makes the community college option even more affordable?
So we started with a pilot program just 3 years ago, and with 186 students, and now with some state funding and a great deal of generous funding from our donors in the community, we already have 3,001 students enrolled in the program. And the program, which has expanded enormously, provides free tuition for students who want to go on a full-time basis. It provides books, free textbooks, and as you probably know, textbooks are oftentimes more expensive for students than the tuition itself, and also other services, special counseling, special peer group sessions, and so these students tend to outperform other students in the regular program. So this, the San Diego Promise has been just one of the hallmarks of our district.
The governor spoke to dozens of ELAC students and staff, and he talked mainly about this 2-year free tuition plan. It allows first-time and full-time students, including those who qualify under AB 540, to get their tuition covered for the first 2 years of community college. The plan adds a second year of free tuition to the first year that became free last school year. To qualify, it has to be a student's first time going to community college, and they have to be enrolled full-time, at least 12 units each semester. There's also no income requirement, so you have to have been living in California. You have to have a high school diploma or something equivalent, but no income requirement.
Free community college means nothing if it's just a focus on tuition and not housing and the needs of these students that are out there struggling, living in and around the campuses in cars, or bunking up with friends or family members, or God forbid out in the streets and sidewalks. And so it's the full cost of attendance that has to be the full focus of our minds.
I feel like it's a great opportunity for more kids to go to college, especially if they can't afford it.
Under California's new budget, these students are now eligible when they graduate for 2 years of free tuition at any of the 115 community colleges in the Golden State. The only rules are they must take at least 12 units a semester and be enrolled in community college for the first time.
Now I have to really consider what budget it's going to be like.
With so many more students competing, will it be more difficult to get the classes they need to graduate? The Vice Chancellor in Government Relations for California's community colleges told us today students can log on to ICanAffordCollege.com to get the classes they need ahead of time.
So what we should see now is that students have access to the classes they need, and now they have a financial incentive to come to us right after high school and take that full-time load so they can get through on time.
Students can take classes not only here on campus, but are also encouraged to do so online to make sure they graduate on time.
So I was driving home and I was thinking about all the opportunities for low-income people to get an education. Because, you know, I figure, hey, go to community college to get a 2-year degree from there and then go on to the university. And that's, you know, and that's a good thing to do, I think. So when I go to register, they asked me, you know, are you a single parent? Okay. And I said, no, whatever. We were on semesters. And so the next time I went to pay my fees, because I paid my fees the first time, they asked me, are you a single parent? And, you know, no. Next semester, I go to pay my fees, and they asked, are you a single parent? And I'm like, no. So the next time I went to pay my fees, I kind of got ticked off because I thought that they were trying to stereotype me, So I asked that little girl, I said, how come every time I come in here to pay my fees, someone asks me, I keep getting asked, am I a single parent? She says, ma'am, by law, we have to ask you that because we have something called the California Board of Governors, and it is a pot of money that's set aside that, and if you are a single parent, you automatically get your fees waived. Now, this is in addition to a Pell Grant. This money is different from the Pell Grant. So what this is they pay, all your fees are waived, okay? But not only that, your books, because that's where the money is. You pay a lot of money for books at the universities or in the community colleges. They give you a voucher for your books. So now, if you are a single parent, you get your fees waived in the California community colleges. This is just California. This is in addition to the Pell Grant. Now, we're not even talking about the Pell Grant. This is additional money to get your fees waived, and then they give you a voucher. So what you do is when you go to the bookstore, school bookstore, you go get all your books. When you go up to the counter, instead of handing over the cash, you hand them a voucher. So I was sitting beside this little girl in the biology lab, this little black girl. She told me she had a 2-year-old child. She says, my son, listen to this, my son is in the daycare center here on the campus, and they pay for it for me. So she's getting free child care, and she got that under the Child Care Access Parent and School Program. This is under the Pell Grant. Child Care Access Parent and School Program. That's additional money from the Pell Grant for single parents. And while this allows the parent, this is for low-income families and single parents. That could be a man as well. Some men are single parents. That's the Pell Grant will pay for you to go to college, and then they will pay for your child care. I just wanted to get this out because I want people to know what's going on. I want poor people, low-income people to take advantage of these opportunities. And that is why I think a lot of people are going around hollering free education. We need free education. Now, this doesn't help middle-class kids. I realize that. But I'm concerned about the low income, because if we want to get people, and these are grants, these are free, this is free money. This is nothing that you have to pay back. This is free money. I want people to know what they have access to, because see, America is, I don't care who gets angry, America is the greatest country in the world, and if you can't make it in America, you can't make it anywhere. If anybody wants to be a success, this is the country to be in. So if you are living in poverty, low income, you do not have to sit there and stay at McDonald's. You can go to school and access all these benefits and get income. And see, one thing about the community colleges, you don't have, everybody's not academia. Everybody's not. Some people, they have trade schools there as well. And they were doing the computer graphics. One guy told me, he says, I am doing computer graphics. I said, what is that? He said, well, you know how those video games, all those videos, he's learning how to do all the graphics for that. We had heating and air conditioner, electronics, cosmetology, you name it, plumbing. Those jobs make good money. Do you know how much money plumbers make? Do you know how much money electricians make? Now, I just want to talk right now to low-income black people. I just want to say this to you. It is not your fault that you were born into that situation. You might have been born into a single parent home living in the inner city. But it is your problem now that if you are an adult now, you don't have to remain in that situation. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't your fault that you were born into it, but if you remain into it in that situation, and then you're running around here angry, and you're angry at the wrong people, You know, instead of all that anger you have for white America, white supremacy, and all this thing, let that go and work on yourself. Let that go. That's not going to do you any good to be angry at all these people who have nothing to do with your situation, even though that's what you're being told. I want you to go to school and do something with your lives. You could become millionaires. Just like, do you know how much opportunity that you can do? All the things you can do with just getting and so this is free money given to you. You can get all the way up to a bachelor's degree, undergrad. You can't get a master's with the Pell Grant. It's only for undergraduate, but what else would you need? Especially if you go and get some kind of vocational trade. And I want to say something to the black young females, or any young female, but I say the same thing. I tell my young nieces and great nieces the same thing. You need to start concentrating on you. If you're a young lady, whether you have a child or not, it's time for you to concentrate on you. You take advantage of any opportunity you have to get a good education. Do not concentrate on finding a good man. Yes, everybody wants a good man, but until you get yourself in a situation where you can take care of you and your child, that's what you need to focus on. Don't let anybody distract you from anything else. Don't let anybody distract you from getting your education. And then after that, you get your career. Don't let anybody distract you from that either. Once you get those two things taken care of, your education and your career, then you're set. You can always take care of yourself. No matter who comes and goes into your lives, you still can take care of you. Your life won't be uprooted because somebody came and left. But I also want to say this. See, a lot of times, people just don't have knowledge, and I understand that. But a lot of times, people are passing by schools, on their way to work. Well, this is what I want to tell you to do. Stop in one of those schools, any school. I don't care where it is. You walk in and you tell them, I want to make an appointment with the financial aid officer. I want to discuss financial aid. I want to go to school. And they will grab you and pull you in there. You know why? They will get you the money because this is government money. They need you. They need your behind to be sitting in those chairs. Okay, years later, like I said, I got pulled out and we went to Iraq. So I had to pull out of school. When I got back from Iraq and I started school again, I got a letter in the mail. And it said, now listen to this, it had awarded me this governor fee waiver thing. And I had 3 semesters that it had awarded free. I didn't have to pay for it. And I didn't even need this. This is some poor person needed this. So I went to the school and asked them, why did you award me this? I didn't need it and I didn't apply for it. And you know what the answer was? Because they have this pot of money that they have to get rid of, and nobody was applying for it. Nobody was applying for this money. So they just started giving it to people. And that's how I ended up with it. So I don't want this money to go to waste. That's why I say if you go to any university, any school, any trade, anybody, if you pass a school on the way to work, you need to stop and go in there on the way back or something. And say, I want to meet with the financial aid person and I want to discuss getting money for school. And trust me, they'll get you the money because they want you. They have this money. They have to use this money and they want you sitting in those chairs. Have a blessed day.
Now, if this process sounds difficult, let me assure you that it's not. You do not have to go and apply to all these different things and keep your fingers crossed hoping that you qualify for something. All you have to do is complete the FAFSA. Just complete the FAFSA online and that's it. Every single solitary thing that you qualify for, you will automatically get it. And according to the reports, if you do not qualify for the grant, which is based on income, you definitely qualify for the program, which is not based on income. So if you've never attended a community college before, let me repeat that. Even if you've graduated from a university, if you want to go back to school and you're willing to go to a community college, you qualify for the program. I also published a blog post on the subject. The link to it is in the description box. So if you have any more questions or you just need to know where to get started, Click the link in the description box and it will take you to the blog post, and everything you need is right there. Good luck. Spicey out.
Now